How's it going, guys? The UFC's trip to Hidalgo, Texas featured the birth of two new stars. Michael Johnson's been in the UFC for a while now, but never had he made an impact like he did Saturday night. Derek Brunson also made waves by taking out Uriah Hall, who was supposed to fight Anderson Silva in the very first round. Big things on the horizon for those two gentlemen, but there's much more to discuss, so let's go ahead and get straight into it. First off, we're going to be talking about Michael Johnson. The menace got himself on everybody's tongue by destroying Dustin Poirier and talking smack about Conor McGregor and Nate Diaz immediately after the fight. That kind of post-fight flair is necessary for somebody to get a title shot in the lightweight division. It looks like McGregor is next in line for the title, so Johnson's going to need at least one, maybe even two more wins before he can get that title shot. There are two options open for the menace right now: Khabib Nurmagomedov and Edson Barboza. They are the only two fighters ranked above him that aren't booked with a fight. Nate Diaz is also open, but he will definitely not take that fight because it's not a really big money fight. Ideally, Johnson would take on Khabib Nurmagomedov. The more impressive winner between them and the winner between Tony Ferguson and Rafael dos Anjos would fight for the title after Conor McGregor. A fight with Barboza would also be interesting, as it would be a rematch and it would be a very fun fight. The Menace won their bout by unanimous decision the first time they met, and a win there would put either man very, very close to a title shot. With more trash talk, like he showed in the Octagon interview, Johnson could definitely leapfrog a few people and get himself a title shot. Now, after finishing Uriah Hall very early, Derek Brunson called for a title shot. Now, that simply isn't going to happen, but it was definitely a very good move. It shows that he's not shy about saying what he wants. People love somebody who's open about that and shows drive and shows ambition, and he definitely won himself some fans with that fight. His next opponent should be Robert Whittaker. They're both ranked close in the middleweight division, and they need one more win to get themselves in really close to the top 5 talks. The middleweight division is so stacked, so he'll need to win that fight and another one after that. If he can achieve that, then there's no reason not to give him a title shot. Dustin Poirier's run of great performances came to a very emphatic end. It was eerily similar to the way he lost to Conor McGregor. He was very emotional in both fights, and it cost him both times. His fighting style guarantees that people will always be excited to see him fight. He needs to take a little bit of time off to rest that brain, but upon his return, Michael Chiesa would be an excellent choice for his opponent. Chiesa's a scrapper with a sit-ground game just like Poirier. It would be a great fight, and the fans would definitely get their money's worth out of that one. Uriah Hall's up-and-down UFC career continues after his second loss in a row. He has tremendous talent, but he lacks something mentally. Hopefully he'll find his way soon because he truly does have some of the best talent we've ever seen in the octagon. He just needs to take a step down in competition right now and find out what exactly it is that he's lacking. Thales Leites would be a good choice. Leites is a very good fighter and a former title challenger. However, he is beatable, and that's the kind of opponent that Primetime needs. Chaz Skelly did an amazing job and beat the record for fastest submission in UFC history with a 19-second submission. That's his 5th win in 6 fights, and his only loss recently was to Darren Elkins. Skelly looks set to take a step up in competition, and a fight between him and Doo Ho Choi would be very interesting. They have very different skill sets. Choi's striking would definitely test Skelly, while Skelly's grappling would be a big test for Choi. The winner of that fight would affirm himself as a legit top 15 featherweight. Last but not least, we have Evan Dunham, who is on a 4-0 run with impressive wins over the likes of Joe Lozon and Ross Pearson. Dunham's next opponent should be Al Iaquinta. Raging Al is also on a 4-0 win streak over many of the same opponents. They would put on a great scrap, and the winner of that would move forward in the rankings. Alright guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comment section down below who Michael Johnson should take on, and I will see you next time on the Foot and Fist Sports Network.